Hey ladies, before I start, I just wanted to um, let the music play a little bit and let others come in if they are joining us. So I'll be started in a couple seconds. And while we are waiting, if you are watching this on the replay or even if you're watching it live now, make sure you comment below your name and where you're from so that we can get to know each other. I love to connect and see where people are watching from. So let me know that in the comments or in the chat box below. Hey lady, if you are joining now, go ahead and put your name and where you're from, if you're comfortable, in the chat below, and we are going to get started. So hey, if you don't know, my name is Stephanie and I am your self-care strategist. If you are new to my channel, I make videos about helping other women feel good on the inside by improving confidence, mindset, and self-love through self-care strategies. And as you can see by the title, we're going to be discussing, overcoming self-doubt. I'm just going to give a little of my testimony, and hopefully this can motivate you to overcome your self-doubt, because we all go through it, right? So we don't want that to stop us from living out our dreams and our purpose in life. And like I said before, comment down below, let me know that you are watching live or even on the replay. And to get a lot of the housekeeping items out the way, comment your not comment, but do me a favor, hit the share button, and whatever platform you're watching on, share it out. Let's get this message out to more people. Again, I know that a lot of people struggle with self-doubt, and do me a favor by sharing my message. That would really, really make me happy, and I would really appreciate that. And then also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, the little red button down below, for more videos like this. And it just helps YouTube push my videos out to more people to spread the message more. So again, like I said, today we are going to be talking about overcoming self-doubt. And a lot of people deal with this. I know for sure I did. And I am a firm believer that what we go through in life, our trials, our tribulations, ups and downs, hardships, what we go through in life is not just for us. We don't go through it just for us to learn something. There's a bigger purpose, and there's a bigger meaning to why we actually go through things. And it's for us to overcome it and to help someone else. And that exactly why I have my platform right now here on YouTube, because I have struggled. I struggled a lot with mental bondage, mindset things, since as long as I can remember. And that transition for me from like elementary school to middle school was really rough. And when I think back, that is kind of where I started to struggle with my doubt and confidence and self-esteem. And I think many people do in that middle school years, but mine was really, really rough because I was teased a lot. And I was teased because I developed physically more than other girls. And of course, that led me to stand out, right? That led me to be teased and picked on and talked about. And of course, this led to a long long battle of self-image issues, body image issues, insecurities, low self-esteem, confidence, you name it, doubt, everything. And I've had always had big dreams. I've always wanted to do big things. I always wanted to start a business. I always wanted to be like that boss woman, but my self-doubt really kept me stuck and kept me in the same place for years, kept me thinking that I was unworthy of the lifestyle that I desired. And this insecurity bled over to my relationships. Like many, we carry our insecurities through our everyday relationships, whether they be romantic relationships or friendships. We carry those insecurities in our relationships, and I did just that. I was in toxic relationships. I was with people who meant me no good. But then also when I got married, in the beginning stages, our marriage was on the rocks. Not just because of my insecurities, but my insecurities had a lot to do with that. And I started to let my doubt and my insecurities and low confidence win. I gave up. I started to stop dreaming, and I was at a job at the time that I hated. And I told myself, like, I'm just going to work this job. It's paying me good. And, I'm just going to do what I do. Maybe my dreams are not for me. And so year after year, another goal unaccomplished, another dream left deferred. I had given up and I had no more to give to life. I had no more to give at work, in marriage, and in just in life in general. And so these things started suffering because of me giving up and because of my lack of confidence and doubt in myself, because I was allowing that insecurity to bleed over again into those relationships. So I wasn't at my best. I wasn't the best Stephanie and showing up as the best Stephanie that I could be. And when I noticed that my relationship started to suffer, marriage was on the rocks, going through a divorce at the time, I started digging deep on where is this doubt coming from? Why was I in a place where I didn't like myself, or why was I in a mindset where I thought that I couldn't do anything? I couldn't accomplish the dreams that I wanted to. Like, where did that mindset come from? And a lot of times when we think these things about ourselves, we do have to pinpoint where is that coming from. We have to dig deep. Um, so that we can heal and become a better woman, a better daughter, a better friend, a better spouse. And for me, that was important. Like, I wanted to heal. It's because me not healing kept me in that same mindset of doubt, which kept me from achieving my dreams and my goals and everything that I wanted to accomplish. And so today, facing my fears are on the top of my list. And I started this year like, you know what, I'm gonna write out all my goals and my dreams and aspirations, and I'm going to accomplish them scared and all. Okay. I'm not going to say that, this is perfect and you're never going to fear again and you're not going to ever have doubt or confidence in yourself, but it's not okay to stay there. It's not okay to stay stuck and allow that doubt to take over so much where year after year, goal is unachieved, more goals are unachieved year after year, and you're just waiting 5, 10, 15 years down the line, and you look back and you haven't accomplished anything that you wanted to accomplish. So I am proof that you don't have to have it all together or be perfect, but the thing is, you just have to take that one step forward to your accomplishment, that one step forward to just getting into a mindset where you're going to love yourself enough to know that you believe in yourself, that you love yourself and trust yourself, and that you can do anything through Christ who strengthens you. Because that was the number one thing that I had to get in my mind, that I can do anything through Christ who strengthens me. And so it's not me doing it by myself, it's relying on someone else to make me stronger, and that was God. And so if you are where I was, or if you are now where I was, it's okay. And I get it. We all been there. We all have struggled with some form of self-doubt and confidence. But again, it's not okay to stay stuck there. It's not okay to allow that doubt and that insecurity to just run your life. Like, you have control over your mind. You have to take back control over your mind. And that's exactly what I had learned to do in the past, which led me to taking those steps forward towards dreams and goals and getting the life I desired, which is not even just monetary things, but getting peace, getting happiness within myself. And so self doubt does not have to be your end all. You don't have to stay there. We have to recognize our triggers and, again, get to the root of what's causing that doubt. I gave up, and you maybe wanted to give up too. You maybe wanted to give up on getting a new job. Like, you hate the job that you're in. I was there. I hated my job that I was working. I thought that I could never get a job that, um, I had my office, or get a job that would pay me good, okay? That would pay me the money that I wanted to make. And I thought that it wasn't out for me. You maybe want to get a promotion on your job. Like, you may not think that you're worthy of leveling up in your career or the current job that you have right now. You may look at someone at your job and say, she may be better at that job than I am, and I'm not good enough. Or you may want to start a business. I know for me, that has been the number one thing that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to start a business. And to this day, I look back and look at how many years I wasted just doubting myself and not just taking the risk and, being confident enough to just start. That's all we have to do, is just start and take that one step. Or you maybe wanted to move to a new city. That may be scary. Or if you're single, you may want to get out and date again. Like, you may be doubtful of, maybe, I'm not going to be liked, or I don't know how to date, or I'm not comfortable with my body, or I don't like how I look. Those are all normal thoughts and fears and doubts that we all have. But whatever you're wanting to do not let self doubt stop you. Do not take control over that, take control over your mind. Like, you have to, again, dig deep in what those doubts are coming from, where those doubts are coming from, and start healing those places so that you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. You can be happy in life. We all want to be happy. We all want to get the life that we desire, and we all deserve that. And so self doubt comes from negative experiences. Maybe you didn't see many people who look like you living happy and successful lives. And that's okay. And I struggle with that too, because if you don't come from, a successful background, it's hard for you to envision that for yourself. It's hard for you to look beyond what you are in already. And I struggle with that. You may have a story of being bullied or teased like I did, and it really has affected how you view yourself, or you are overly critical of yourself. It really has affected what you think that you can or cannot do. It really has affected how you look at yourself when you look in a mirror physically. If you were teased like I was, my body. I had a lot of times where I looked in the mirror and I did not like what was looking back at me because I was teased. And again, it affected my self-esteem, and it caused a lot of self-doubt in myself. And with that, I had to go back into, what does God say about me? Someone else's opinion of me does not dictate my worth. God does. And so this made me feel, when I was teased, it made me feel really self-conscious about who I was. And so I had to turn those lies into the truth and see what God thought about me. And a lot of times we are afraid to fail. Fear of failure or new challenges causes a lot of doubt. And when I opened my business, I was afraid to fail. But I had to change that mindset to say that failure is a part of the process. And if you're not on my email list, you should literally click the link down in my description box below and join, because I just sent out an email about this, about fear of failing, and how it's definitely a part of the process to success. Like, you have to fail. We have to fail to get success. Success doesn't come without failing. We have to go through the process of learning in order to reach the level of success we want to accomplish. And I have to learn that the hard way. It's definitely a mindset shift that I have practiced and still practicing to this day, that failure will come. And so, not letting the fear of failure dictate how I am going to approach a new opportunity or a new challenge, but approaching it with confidence, and approaching it with the belief in myself and the trust in myself that I can definitely accomplish anything that I can accomplish. And another thing that could cause a lot of doubt is comparison. We all compare. We all look at someone else's life. You may be looking at someone who is like the same age as you, or come from the same class as you, and they may look like they are doing better than you are, or you may be wanting to be at that level in life, and you look at yourself and say, well, since I'm not at that level, then I must not be successful, then I must not be doing what I need to do in order to reach that level of success. But I want to encourage you that one thing that has really helped me is to get in the mindset of thinking what's for me is for me, and really focusing on what I have, and really focusing on the dreams and the goals that I have. And I have a little story about this. When I was in college, it took me 8 years to finish my degree. 8 years. And so I really was down on myself because it took me that long. Even when I graduated, I still wasn't happy because it took me 8 years to graduate. And so a couple years down the line, I got someone was talking to me, or I think I was in therapy, and she challenged my perspective. She said to me, well, maybe you weren't ready to face the world, or maybe God knew that you weren't ready. Like, you still had to learn something. You still was in your process. You still were in your stage that you needed to be in. So, not looking at what other people did, not looking at what other people were able to accomplish in the 4 years, or get out of college in 4 years. But there was a reason why God had made me stay in college 8 years. And so, instead of looking at it as a failure, looking at it as an opportunity to learn something from that. Like, why was I in that stage for so long? What did I need to learn that would carry me through the rest of my life in those 8 years? And that is a mindset shift that I definitely had to take on, that I'm still practicing to this day. And there's a lot of limiting beliefs that I had to shift in order to get over this doubt in myself. One of the things was my past. And I want to encourage you that your past does not define you, because I know I've heard a lot of women, or a lot of men in society, say they are afraid of, or they are ashamed of their past, or what they used to be. They don't want people to find out, or they feel guilty about their past. But your past does not define you. It does not. make you who you are to this day. Yes, experiences shape us into the people, the women that we are, but they do not control us. They do not control who we can be. And so when I always think about my past, I always say, well, I was in a different mindset now. I was in a different mindset that I didn't know nobody know any better. And so that doesn't make me who I am to this day. And I was looking back on my Facebook post. Maybe it was probably, I went back maybe about 10, 12 years ago, and I started to get a little like ashamed of what I was posting. Like how they put those memories up on Facebook, like you posted this 3 years ago or 5 years ago. I really like that they do that because it really allows you to look at the mindset that you were in 3 years ago or 5 years ago. And I think one time they posted, or they gave me a memory that was like 10 years ago, and it was just some crazy stuff on there. And I was like, thank God that I'm not in that mindset to this day. It just allows you to see the growth that you have, or the growth that you did throughout those years. So again, your past does not define you, and you are in control of who you can be. That your past does not, again, define you, because, excuse me, but you can be in control of who you can be. And the past can really, it really shapes you. Like I said, if you've been through a toxic relationship, doesn't mean that you can never find love. It doesn't mean that you can never find a good man to love you, or healthy love, or that your current relationship can't heal. If you've been bullied or teased like I have, someone else's opinion of you do not define you. And so those are some of the limiting the beliefs that I had to get over, and that I want to encourage you to get over as well. Like your past is like toxic relationships, or if you've been bullied, or if you didn't come from the best circumstances, they do not control who you can be. And how do we get from I can't to I can? And growing up, my mom always told me that I can't should not ever, ever, ever be in my vocabulary. I should always say I can, because I can, and I'm worthy, and I am enough. And I want to say that to you because that has really stuck with me in my mind, of saying that I can instead of I can't, because you are worthy and you are enough, and you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And in order to get over that, in order to get over this doubt and this low self-esteem and confidence, we have to heal. I feel like there's no way around that. We have to heal from our past. A huge part of healing is forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for what you feel like you've done in the past, forgiving other people for doing something, for doing you wrong, or what you feel like you been done wrong. Forgive those people, because forgiveness is not for that person, it's for you. And so forgiveness is key to healing. We have to heal because the doubt is always going to be there. But those wounds don't always have to. Those wounds can heal. And so once we start that healing process and heal the things that has caused the self-doubt, then we can start back to take control over our minds. And so that's what I had to do. I had to dig deep. I had to think about what in the past started that self-doubt in me. And from there, what other things happened to me that compounded on those negative experiences, and that what other thoughts um, came out of those negative experiences. I had to change that around and start to take back control over my mind, because I had the power to do so. And we need to do that confidently and I can't talk today. In order to be self-sufficient, we have to find confidence within ourselves. I mean, there's a different vibe when you are finding confidence in yourself rather than getting it from other people. Like, it hits different when you yourself believe in yourself, when you are more self-sufficient, when you don't rely on other people's opinions and comments about you to dictate how you're going to feel that day. No one should be able to define who you are. When you know who you are and you can walk in that confidently, then doubt and low self-esteem has no area, no room to grow within you. And you could do that by blocking out all the negativity. I mean, all the negativity that comes your way. Sometimes you may have to take a break from friends and family because vibes are not where they need to be to encourage you. And that's okay, because you can then show up and be the best person for them in the long run. So it serves you no good to stay in an environment that's negative, that's not aiding to your self growth and your confidence. And become unapologetic in doing that. Become unapologetic in living, showing up in truth, not being perfect in front of imperfect people. And this is, again, something that I definitely had to learn for myself. Learning that no one's perfect, and why should I try to hide, or why should I try to show up as someone else when that person is not perfect neither? So why try to be perfect in front of imperfect people? And I promise you, once we grasp hold to all of this, the healing, the confidence, blocking out the negativity, just becoming unapologetic, I promise you, on the other side, what's waiting for you is mental freedom and a life of happiness. Being in mental bondage sucks. I'm just going to say it plainly. It really sucks. And it stops you from growing, in all areas in life. It stops you from growing spiritually. It stops you from growing physically, financially, everything, because the mind is powerful and everything starts in the mind. And so if we first have that thought of we can't do it, then guess what? We're not going to do it. We're not going to take that step necessary to do it. So, what's on the other side of getting over this doubt is mental freedom. We can be free from our thoughts. We can be free from negative self image and negative self talk. We can be free and live a life of happiness, because we all want happiness in the end. We all want to feel happy within. We all want to feel happiness and joy. And once we get over that mental freedom, then we'll have that greater success. And again, I'm not talking about just outside success, house, cars, and money. I'm talking about internal peace, talking about internal happiness, because that's going to take you farther than any car or house can give you. I mean, yes, those things can provide a sense of happiness, but at the end of the day, when those things go, when those things break, what do you have? And so that greater success is happiness, joy, confidence from within. And that is going to take you to your dreams and your goals and the life that you desire. And I know the cliche saying, the grass is greener on the other side, cliche. Um, but it applies here. The grass is greener on the other side, okay? Um, the grass is definitely greener on the other side of being in mental bondage, because on the other side, there's freedom, there's joy, there's happiness, there's abundance. And so if you are looking for a community, if you're looking for to be, in a tight knit circle of people, women, I would say, trying to level up their mindset, trying to just level up in life, then I want to encourage you to join my email list. Okay. I send out weekly emails about, the ways that we can improve our self confidence, our self love, our doubt and get over these fears and start to accomplish and live the life of purpose and the life that we desire. And so the link to my email list is down in the description box below. I do have a free guide. It's called the Self-Care Guide Game Plan Guide. And once you download that guide, you'll be added to my email list. And that guide just gives you more information about what self-care strategies you can try in order to find who you are, find your purpose. And also I give over 100 self-care ideas in that guide that you can try out. And each self-care idea is under each pillar of self-care, because there are 8 pillars of self-care. So go ahead, download that guide, and you'll be added to my email list for more support, tips, community, all that on improving confidence, self-esteem. So let's do this together. We don't want to do this alone. I know you're out there, you don't want to do this alone. Let's do this together. Let's level up together. And so before I let you go, if you don't have any questions or comments, if you do, feel free to leave them in the chat box right now, or if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to leave your questions or comments down below. But I want to ask you this question before I let you go. What is self-doubt holding you back from? And I want you to really dig deep on that. Like, what do you really want out of life? And how is self-doubt stopping you? Like, what is it holding you back from? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to let you go if we don't have any questions. Then thanks for joining today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will talk to you ladies in my next video. Bye-bye.